As always, check out the end of the video for the full ingredient list. What's up everybody, today we're going to be making roasted acorn squash with fresh cranberries. So first, we're going to be using a large chef knife and very carefully cutting it from top to bottom. That way we're left with 2 equal halves. Now, just like you're hollowing out a pumpkin, use a spoon to remove all the seeds and everything from the insides. Now we will not be using the seeds or anything else, so once you've finally hollowed out all of the gourds that you're going to be using, you can go ahead and dispose of them. Now, this is a very common recipe, so sometimes you can add stuff like maple syrup along with the brown sugar, and you also don't have to use cranberries at all. You can just go ahead and eat the squash as it is. Now, as you can see, I've done about 6 halves here with about 3 squashes. We're going to go ahead and put those on a foil-covered baking sheet. Now, once they're on there, we're going to go ahead and get out some butter. We're going to be adding about the same amount to each half of each squash. So we're going to go ahead and take a stick, and we're just going to cut it up into equal pieces here, but essentially, we're adding about a tablespoon or so to each half. So once we've gone ahead and added all the butter, all the squash you have here, we're going to go ahead and add some brown sugar. Each half of a squash, you can get approximately an 1/8 cup. We're just going to go ahead and spoon that in there, and you want to make sure it's not packed tightly. We want to make sure it's all nice and loose so it's going to melt really easy when we go ahead and throw it in the oven. So once we get all that brown sugar in there, we're going to go ahead and take some Pam and just cover the tops of each of these so that way they cook nicely in the oven. Now we're going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 400, and once it's all good, we're going to go ahead and throw these guys in there. Now we're going to have to try to sit here super patient while we wait for these guys to cook. It's going to take roughly 45 minutes until they're tender. So once you can go ahead and pull them out, you kind of stab them with your fork and they kind of pull apart like that. That's perfect. So go ahead and take them out of the oven. As you can see here, all the butter and brown sugar has nicely mixed together, and these squashes themselves have turned a nice golden brown. Now before you move on to the next step, be sure you let these sit for a little while. Make sure they're a little bit cool because you're going to have to hold on to these with your hand as you scrape out the pulp from the inside. If these are too hot, you're going to burn yourself. Do not do this. Now, go ahead and go through all the squash that you have. We're going to put ours into a nice serving dish. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit more brown sugar if necessary. Add a little bit of salt and pepper if you'd like. Taste it and make sure the flavoring is good. Once you're happy with how they taste, we're going to go ahead and make a little bit of a ring around the outside and leave a little hole in the center. The hole is we're going to go ahead and pour all of our fresh cranberries, which gives a really nice presentation on the table, whether you're serving this for Thanksgiving, holiday meal, or any time in between. It just looks really good. That way people, if they don't like cranberries, they can just go ahead and take the squash and don't have to eat around them. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know how you like it. Make sure you guys subscribe. Check out more of my videos. I have tons of recipes on here. And that's it. See you later, guys.